Okay, now that we have learned all about reindeer, it's time to create our art project. And today we are going to be drawing a reindeer. Now, this reindeer is a special reindeer. Look at his nose. Has anybody ever heard of a reindeer with a red nose? Raise your hand if you know who I'm talking about. I figured some of you would know who this was. We're going to be drawing Rudolph today. Going to be drawing Rudolph. So, are we ready to get started? Okay, make sure you got your pencils. I've got my Sharpie so you can see what I'm drawing, and you've got your pencil. Now, we need to make sure that our picture is going tall today. Okay, remember, this is long. We want it tall, nice and tall, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start down here at the bottom, and we're going to draw his muzzle and his nose. So let's take a look at these shapes. This shape, we've learned about it before. It kind of looks like an egg or a racetrack. It's not quite a circle. It's an oval. So we're going to draw a big oval. Look how big this oval is. It's almost as big as my hand, isn't it? It takes up a lot of the bottom. Now, am I going to draw my oval up here? No, because if I draw my oval up here, am I going to have room for his face and his antlers and his ears? Nope, I need to draw my oval down here at the bottom. So I'm going to draw me a big oval right here at the bottom of my paper. So draw with me. A big oval. Does it have to be perfect? No, remember, ish, oval-ish, reindeer-ish. It doesn't have to be a perfect oval. Okay. Now that we have our oval, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to have to draw a smaller oval for his nose. Okay, so his nose is also an oval. So we're going to draw another oval at the top of this oval. Now, am I drawing it on top of this oval? No, I'm going to draw it inside of this one, but it's going to be near the top. I'm not going to put it here in the middle. I'm going to put it near the top. So I'm going to draw a smaller oval up there near the top. So now I have two ovals. And it kind of looks like a fried egg right now, doesn't it? You guys ever seen a fried egg? You got the white and then the yellow yolk here in the middle. Kind of looks like we drew a fried egg. But it's going to turn into a reindeer here in just a minute. So go ahead and get your big oval and your little oval nose, and then we're going to go on to the next step of our reindeer. Okay, so now that we have his muzzle, his mouth, and his nose, now we're going to draw the sides of his face, okay? So they're not quite straight up and down vertical lines. They kind of have a little bit of a curve to them, okay? So I'm going to start on either side of his muzzle, and I'm going to draw a slightly curved line going up on either side. And I want them to be about the same length. So it looks a little bit shorter, so I'm going to add just a little bit to that one. And now they look like they're about the same length. Okay, so now that we got those two lines, now we're going to draw his two eyes, which again, what kind of shape is this? It's an oval, another oval, except instead of going long ways, these ovals are going tall, kind of like our paper is going tall today. So I'm going to draw 2 ovals right here above his nose, and they're going to be about as tall as the lines I drew. Big eyes. So I'm going to draw 1 oval over here. And again, they don't have to be perfect ovals. Draw another one. They're not going to be perfect ovals, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Reindeer-ish. Okay, so now that we've got our 2 ovals, what we're going to do, see this little black line I've got in the corners of my eyes? It's like a little smiley face on its side. So I'm going to draw me a little smiley face on this eye. And I'm going to draw a little smiley face on this eye. Kind of makes him look like he's looking over towards the right. He sees something over there that maybe we don't see. Maybe he sees Santa. I don't know. I don't know who he sees over there, but he's looking over there. Okay, so now that we've got 2 eyes with our little smiley faces inside of them, now we're going to draw his ear. So let's take a look at his ears. Let's just look at his ear. Look at this shape. Does it look like a letter of the alphabet that's upside down? Does it look like an upside down U as in umbrella or unicorn? Yes, it does. So I'm going to start here and I'm going to draw an upside down U. And then I'm going to come over to the other side and I'm going to do the same thing. Upside down U. Do they have to look exactly the same? Nope. So get your 2 upside down U ears. Okay, and then in between his ears, we are going to draw a little rainbow line. Little rainbow line. And now we've got the top of his head. So we're doing good. We're almost finished. We've only got 2 more things to draw. Okay, so the next thing we need to do are the inside of his ears. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw another upside down U inside of his ear. So I'm going to draw a smaller one. So watch. Upside down U, smaller. So you do that one. Do the upside down U, smaller inside of the other U. And then I'm going to draw a little rainbow line to connect the 2 sides of my U. And then I'm going to do the same thing in the other ear. Little upside down U inside the big upside down U. And then a little rainbow line connecting the 2 ends of the U. So now we've got his muzzle, his nose, his face, his eyes, and his ears. The last thing we need to add are his antlers, and then we can start coloring. So we are going to make his antlers. Now, let's take a look at his antlers. Does this look like a letter? Does this look like a letter that you guys use? maybe the beginning of the word the. Does it look like a lowercase t? Yes, it does. It looks like a lowercase t. Okay, so I'm going to show you an easy way to draw this, okay? Because this looks like a bubble letter. You guys ever seen bubble letters before? Bubble letters are so fun to make, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to get my pencil for this one. I'm going to get my pencil because I'm going to show you how we're going to do this, okay? So you've got your pencil and I've got mine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a diagonal line coming out of his head. Can you see this line? You should be able to see it. And then I'm going to make the top of my T. So I just drew a lowercase t. Okay, I'm going to do another one over here. I'm going to draw another diagonal line that comes out the other way. And then I'm going to draw the cross of the T. So now I've got two T's on top of my reindeer's head. Okay, so this, I'm going to show you how to make these antlers, but this is also another easy way for you to make bubble letters. Okay, to make bubble letters, you draw the letter and then watch what I'm going to do next. Okay, I'm going to start over here and I'm going to come up a little bit. Just watch how I do this. And then I'm going to curve around my straight line. I'm going to curve up and over my line. I'm going to curve around the other line. And then I come back down to his head. Okay? So you see how I have my letter T here in pencil. And then you're going to take your pencil and you're going to come up. And then you're just going to draw curved lines, little like letter U's, upside down U's are on their side, all the way around that T. Then you can take your pencil and you can erase the T. And now we've got that bubble letter T. Okay, so you try this one, and then we're going to do this one together. Okay, so you try this one. You're going to come up and you curve around the straight lines. Curve around all the straight lines and then come back down. Okay, so take another couple seconds and finish that antler, and then we're going to do the next one together. Okay, so we're going to start here in the middle of his head. Okay, draw with me. I'm going to take you're going to take your pencil, I got my Sharpie. I'm going to draw a line up. And then I curve around the straight line. Little U on its side. Then I curve up and over another letter U. Upside down U. I curve around the other cross of my T. And then I draw back down to his head. Okay, so I drew up, made a U around the cross of the T, made another U around the top, another U around the other cross, and then I brought my line right back down. And then once I'm done, I can take my eraser and I'm going to erase the T that I drew inside. So all I'm left is with the bubble that looks like an antler. So finish drawing that antler, and then we are going to color our reindeer. So take another minute or two and finish drawing. And when you're done, go ahead and get your baggie of markers and crayons. And we are going to be starting with a yellow marker. So if you're ready, go ahead and get your yellow marker. Give you guys another couple seconds. Okay, so get your yellow marker. Now, you can see from my example what I'm going to be coloring, okay? His muzzle is going to be yellow. His nose is going to be red. His face, ears, and antlers are brown. The inside of his ears are yellow, and then his eyes are black. So we're going to start down here with his muzzle. So I'm going to draw with my marker. I'm going to trace over my pencil line. And then I'm also going to trace the inside of his ears. So do the inside of his ears with your yellow marker. Inside of his ears and his muzzle with your yellow marker. And then when you're done, you snap that cap, put your yellow marker up, and get your yellow crayon. So do around his muzzle and the inside of his ears. And then get your yellow crayon. And we're going to color the inside of his ears yellow with a crayon, not a marker. Color lightly, color neatly, stay in the lines and fill in the whole space. You're going to do his ears, the inside of his ears, and his muzzle. Don't color in his nose, because remember, this is Rudolph. He's going to have a red nose. So if you drew your muzzle as big as mine, it's going to take me a couple minutes to color this in. And that's okay, because we're not in a hurry. We want our reindeer to look super cute. Color lightly, color neatly, stay in the lines, and fill up the whole space. And when you're finished, you can take your crayon and put it back up, and we're going to be ready for our next color. So take another couple seconds and finish your muzzle and your ears, inside of your ears, and then we're going to move on to our next color. Okay, our next thing we need is a red marker. So find your red marker. We're going to do his nose next. Red marker. And we're going to outline his nose. So get your red marker and outline his nose. And that's the only thing that's red. So once you outline his nose, you can snap that cap. Put your marker up and get your red crayon. And when you're ready, you can color in his nose red. And when you're done coloring his nose, put your red crayon up. And we're going to be using our black marker next. So finish coloring his nose and then get your black marker. we are going to outline the ovals of his eyes, both ovals. And then you're going to trace over that little smiley face we put in the corner. So trace both eyes and do the little smiley face in the corner. And then you can snap that cap and trade your black marker for your black crayon. I gotta find my black crayon. And then we're going to color in his eyes. Now remember, color lightly, don't press too hard, or you're going to cover up that little smiley face that lets us know where our reindeer is looking. So color in both eyes. And when you're done, you put your crayon up, and the last color we need is brown. So finish coloring his eyes and then find your brown marker. So we are going to be outlining the rest of our pencil lines. So we're going to go all around the edge of his face, around the outside of his ears, the top of his head, around the other ear, back down the side of his face. And if you want to do above his nose and his muzzle, you can. Don't have to, but if you want to do that smiley face rainbow line there, that's fine. And then we also need to do his antlers. That bubble letter T we learned how to make. Outline the rest of our reindeer around his face, his ears, and his antlers. And then you're going to snap that cap. Trade your brown marker for a brown crayon, and then all we have to do is finish coloring our reindeer. So take your time coloring. It should take you a couple minutes to color all of this in because there's a lot to color in that's brown. So take your time. Remember, we color neatly, we color lightly, we stay in the lines, and we fill up the whole space. No white spots. No white spots on our reindeer today. So finish coloring. Take your time, make him look really nice and neat, and when you're done, you can put your crayon up, and we are done with our supplies for today. And I hope you guys had fun learning all those cool things about reindeer and drawing a picture of Rudolph. And until next time.